And welcome to the Raw Review. We are the Dudley Boys of WhatCulture. I'm Adam Wilbourn, joined by Michael Hamflett and Michael Sidgwick. Here's a review of everything that happened on last night's episode of Raw. But before we get into it, if you're a fan of this sort of thing, make sure you subscribe to WhatCulture Wrestling on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Amazon Music, and YouTube. Where we do daily wrestling podcasts where we not only review Raw, but also SmackDown, the show formerly known as NXT 2.0. AEW Dynamite, AEW Collision, pay-per-views, premium live events. We have interviews, roundtable discussions, and a round of the week complete with a good quiz, of course, on WrestleCulture. As I said, they're joined by Hamflett and Sidgwick to review last night's Raw and a major return.
Yeah, I didn't expect that, I suppose.
It sucked ass.
It did a bit. Like, week follow-up, I thought, on the two programs I was quite into last week. There was a detail in the Seth Cody thing that caught my attention and, like, in a way that I didn't really want it to, nor did I expect, which we'll get to. But the rest of it was, just a poor imitation on last week's show. There was a couple of things that I was quite looking forward to that disappointed me. And we had a conversation of the desks about this morning. The big payoff gave us different emotions, I think. Mm-hmm. The big grand surprise at the end. He'll be in the thumbnail. It's Roman Reigns. Different thoughts on it, but we'll get there when we get there.
Different needs.
Yeah.
A bit of backstory. You don't need to hear this, but I've got, so I get up, 5 a.m., the ritual.
Life.
Yeah. Whack Raw on. I'm like, God, this is drivel. Some of it is laughable, and I intend to do precisely that and laugh at it, ridicule it for how bad it was. But generally, I'm bored, I'm numb. And the thought flashes through my head. If wrestling took the rest of the year off is, other than like Cena's last match, which itself is like this really downplayed thing that they are not making anywhere near a big enough deal of. But other than Cena's last match, which I'm not a fan of his, I can still concede massive deal, or it should be theoretically a massive deal. Other than that, what we're doing here, right? AEW, you've had your little all in Texas. I'm joking. But there's nothing really must-see going on anyway.
Yeah.
Anyway. Right, no, stop it.
I think there's an invasion going on.
Yep, and it's absolutely terrible because, as I outlined last week, the whole idea of a professional wrestling invasion is that one company should go into another and go, this is how we do it, bitch. This is how it should be done. We're going to kick your fucking ass because I'm sick of being, like, somewhat compared to you in some way. No, we are our vision is better than yours. As I said on the NXT review last week, not a one of them would turn down the opportunity to go back there. It's not the forbidden door, it's the supplicant cat flap from the Simpsons.
Every TNA wrestler does the Big Show t-shirt reveal, like all at the same. We all sign contracts.
Indeed.
Not you, Matt Cardona.
So I'm watching this Raw thinking, Christ almighty, like, take the year off, who cares? So then I get an alert. Great. The local transport system, the Tainawea Metro, is busted again. I'm thinking, oh God. Like, usually I can walk and it gets me moving. Like half an hour walk to the next metro station that isn't closest to me, but like loads more trains depart from there. So it's usually a workaround when it's dry. And even that's knackered. I'm like, so I have to get a bus. Packed, like a 40-minute wait for a bus, and you're thinking, like, some of them fly by, they've got bus full graphics on the old display gimmick, and I'm like, oh, what am I doing? Just go home, have a day off, treat yourself, asshole. And I'm like, nah. I'm here now, and there's people have given up in front of me, so the queue's incrementally going slow. I don't really have a payoff to the story; it's just background, and like. Says people in front of us, and like, they're being quiet. And like, there's a person behind us, just the main character. Why do you need to talk that loudly on the phone? You think I'm interested in the mundane minutiae of your tedious life, where you think you're king? Like, hey, bloody, you know, when you just think like, God, shut your noisy now. So I eventually get on, and like it's Sardine City Jones. On the last one, like hugging a door, people breathing on us, get off. And then that awful ritual happens where it's one in, one out, or like people are desperately trying to get off the bus. So it's like, I'll go, you know what, bang. I'll leave the bus, allow you to alight.
Mm-hmm.
I will get back on. I'm being the nice person here by volunteering to get. So why don't you move up? And all the while I'm thinking, this Raw is not worth this. Because I'm probably going to have to leave early. If the system-wide issue is not resolved by a certain time in the day, rather than, like, repeat this bus fiasco where you can barely even get on a bus and it's a queue of 80 people, I'm just going to have to leave early, probably. And what did I just Raw's dog shit. And not enough people are brave enough to stick their head above water and say, you know what? I'm going to laugh at something. Don't hurt me. Sacrilege corner.
Speed sacrilege.
Oh, yeah, speed sacrilege.
Double speed sacrilege corner. Like, there's a performance on this Raw that is awful. I just feel like someone it's a dirty job, but someone's got to do it. Someone's got to do it. I'm going to bury IYO SKY big time. I came into work to do precisely that.
Double speed sacrilege is Wilbourn watching AEW pay-per-views, isn't it?
Yeah,
The card triple threat was fast. I don't know what he's talking about.
At least.
He was on triple now.
I did triple speed for All Out.
Triple speed, triple threat.
Still like 2.5 hours. Jesus.
At least I can see my melts get that one 5. God, they were going quickly.
Fell asleep during a part of it as well.
Triple speed.
Might as well not bother.
Yeah, if only. No, really enjoyed this Raw. Emotional roller coaster.
It was rubbish.
Skipped into work, excited to talk all about it. So let's get into it.
Yeah, I didn't skip, mate. I slugged. Slugged on a bus.
Slugs on a bus. Snakes on a plane, but there's not really any peril.
There's God bless him. There was like old fella trying to get on.
Oh.
And it's just like, you might as well just put bus full. What's he going to do? He's not going to work, is he? And then like he's coming on. It's like, I mean, just like go home for an hour and then go about your daily day. You can probably infer what's going on, even if you're not tech savvy enough to have the Metro app or like an X account and stuff. Oh, there's loads of people on this bus. Oh, the Metros must be buggered. Well, go put my feet up, have another cup of tea for an hour. No, he's getting on great. It's just like, he's just like, I want a seat. And I'm like, well, join the club. So I don't even want us to do like.
Anyone have their bags on the seats? I love Sidgwick.
No. If I'd spotted one, I would have just gone, out of order, you. Get that bag off. I'm like, I sympathise with your plight, elderly man, but there ain't no seats. So I don't know.
It's one of my great retirement goals, that.
Well, you're all over 40, obviously. So.
Indeed. Is to just go and do a thing, like, outside of the commuter hours. Because you see people that are clearly retired.
It's
commuters, and I don't get it.
It's the families at 5 o'clock, bro. You know how they're like on the
we're heading to Christmas, and the loudest complainers on busy trains are the people that never fucking take them. That really pushes my buttons, man.
I've got some really bad news about retirement, by the way, for you guys.
So busy?
As a father, I'm allowed to say this, right? Because there are very few things worse than a person who doesn't have kids policing how people should parent.
Yeah.
So, but I'm allowed because I am a parent, right? In order to, maintain the membrane between civilization and chaos, there are various rules implemented in daily life. One of which is, at least on the Tanawea Metro system, you are not allowed a bike on the Metro during rush hour.
Fair enough.
Extended to prams.
Yep.
Extended to prams. What are you doing? 5:05. On a working day, getting a pram on there. You've got all day to do that.
Could be, we've lived this, it could be a nursery pickup.
Don't ruin my
Sorry.
rant.
At that point, they can walk, can't they?
What? You've got a kid.
Yeah. Why do you need a pram? Get the kids to walk.
No.
Stretch their legs a bit. Tie themselves out before bedtime. So, that's my advice.
It's just better dad. That's why it is.
Hey.
Missed 2 years in. Check.
Yet again, I've fooled myself into thinking, I think I've completed it.
Come on, guys. What are you complaining about?
So you wait.
I literally was on like Time Hop looking at stuff from this time last year thinking, you fool. I remember being like, he's one now. Pretty much it. I think then he like leaves the house.
Spare time routine taken calculated.
17 years of this, and then he goes to university pretty much, isn't it? Oh. a few days later, guys, what's going on?
Yeah.
But now he's 2. That's basically it, isn't it?
Oh, yeah, you're absolutely flying now. You've got like absolutely 0 changes in his routines or feelings or anything. And then you get to double figures and it's the emotional turmoil section. It's just the Gladiators eliminated.
Do they still nap when they're 16?
I'm told.
I still remember you telling me about Charlotte dropping her naps.
Oh, no, it's the worst, man.
I'm told that there's
2 hours of your day gone.
Ken Lyons is supposed to be a thing, but my kids are not asked about that in the slightest. So I'm waiting for that to kick in.
Looking forward to that. 3, presumably, that's...
They were both still in bed at 9 on Sunday.
Oh, yeah. That's the dream.
It was pretty blissful, that.
Tell you what else was blissful. This episode of Raw,
No,
we
it
got
wasn't. It really wasn't, bro.
A recap of the Kabuki Warriors attacking IYO SKY and Rhea Ripley and turning into a Smurf last week. And then out comes Rhea Ripley on the entrance. Yep. She says, Asuka and Kairi Sane crossed the line.
I can't believe you would insult the way Rhea Ripley does something.
Yeah, sorry about that. I know that's sacred ground for us here on the podcast.
Cruel.
Yeah, don't be cruel, mate.
They crossed the line with what they did to IYO.
Cross the line.
She wants to settle things. She calls them out, but out comes IYO SKY instead. And really emotional stuff, this. IYO says, Rhea, it breaks my heart to say this, but you're right about Asuka and Kairi, but they're my family. Deep down in my heart, I still love them. It's sent the meme of the...
Don't, let's not, let's not tiptoe into what we'd send each other on WhatsApp,
Good point,
mate.
yeah. Anyway, Asuka and Kairi appear on the screen. She got promo in Japanese, but they got subtitles. It was awesome.
No, it wasn't. It was so fake.
It's up to you what happens next. I taught you everything you know. I mentored you. I paved the way for you. And now you act like none of what I did matters. You act like Rhea's your family now. Rhea's not your family. I made you who you are. You became a champion because of me. And then you tried to forget about me. But because I love you, I'm willing to forgive you. Just apologize to me like you should. And be like Kairi. You can both still be my students. And Kairi says, IYO, we can be a family again. And Asuka says, but for Rhea, it's too late. And Rhea says, no. Asuka, you can go to hell. IYO, look, you have to trust me. I've been burned by my family before. I'm not trying to tell you what to do, but there's no way you can go back to them, not after what they've done. And IYO says, I'm sorry, Rhea. I need some time. And she apologizes and leaves. And then, of course, in comes Asuka and Kairi saying they jump Rhea from behind. Sky is conflicted, isn't sure what to do. But she runs in, pulls Asuka away from Ripley. Kairi Sane pleads with her. And Asuka, again, huge missed spot in IYO SKY's face. Rhea tackles Asuka, but numbers game, obviously, Kairi gets involved. Rhea tries to hit a riptide, but Asuka kicks her in the back of the head. She gets posted, and then Asuka holds her down for in an Asuka lock for Kairi to hit an insane elbow. And finally, referees and officials show up to break things up, but the Kabuki Warriors have done their damage.
I got bare minimum positive, but it's mostly complaints. We've spent years talking about how it's kind of a piss take, really, that the only way that women, when there's ample TV time for all the bloody wrestling you want in the world, tend to only get storylines around titles to such an extent where secondary titles get introduced in order to get secondary storylines. That's about the most of it. And again, with this, I would say, and this is not the first example, WWE are showing you can do it. Like they're all in pretty big roles here, and only Rhea Ripley has had this before. Like IYO SKY was the world champion and didn't get storylines as involved as this. Asuka, the same. Kairi Sane has spent most of her time on WWE's main roster as a hanger-on to other people's angles, matches, whatever. So, like a bare minimum positive there. This is featured prominently. It was the main event angle last week. It was the show opening thing this week. It has slotted in where I guess like CM Punk and Seth Rollins probably were while we're taking this Rollins Rhodes diversion. So
it's one of the reasons why it's happening.
Yeah.
CM Punk's not around for a while.
Yeah, and they've elected to throw this women's storyline in as the big focused upon thing. No titles, just a fouad with a destination that makes like all the sense in the world for that crowd because it's going to be Rhea Ripley's return in Perth and the long-awaited kind of formal union of Rhea Ripley and IYO SKY as a tag team, which has been constantly thereabouts since WrestleMania. So like a little bit of praise there because I have nothing to say good about the performance of this. So, like, as much as all that stuff is good, you then need the performers to perform. You need the wrestlers to do the stuff. And this was really bad. This acting was criminal. Really, really cringeworthy. The undermining of two massive star baby faces in Rhea Ripley and IYO SKY on account of how weak the performances were. I don't know if I've been generous to it because a lot of it, the acting stuff, which has gone down well with people online from what I've seen, like who, yeah, maybe
Rajgiri,
like they were kind of to it maybe on account of being backstage. Maybe it was in front of
state media,
like a live crowd that just, I don't know, highlighted how fake and cheesy it all was. But it was too hard to buy any of this. It was too stupid and phony, and it wasn't by design. You know, you were supposed to be, this is like one of the big climaxes of the story. You're supposed to be like just like edge of the seat stuff and that, and it was like instead it was all the opposite reactions to what I was supposed to be feeling, I think.
Yeah, one of the worst things I've seen this, and I'm with you. Like, I don't know who I'm following. Basically, loads of people have deserted X, which is my frame of reference for the mood, right? So the For You tab, in addition to other things, gives me like WWE reactions, and that's the best thing going on in WWE right now. What a great story this is. Well, it's a story. We're doing bare minimum stuff again here. Like, the noise I was meant to make when IYO SKY, who was getting so over, is that rarest of things in WWE, just like a class wrestler who kicks ass. Like, I'm meant to make the noise when IYO SKY is crying. IYO's crying again, right? When, like, say, I don't know, you've got like that American teen sitcom, and like the nerd, let's call him, I don't know, Slime.
Yep. Yeah, it's solid, that.
Yeah, Slime is like the nerd, right? And, you know, Jessica, it's just well-meaning, but she leads him on, okay? And Slime thinks he's going to the prom with Jessica.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. What happens next?
You get casted. So like, Slime's got the flowers.
It's Slim. My name's Slim.
So Slime's got the flowers.
What's the
I mean, I could get
wrist?
cast as Slime. Let's face it.
What's it called? You know, the thing that they
Corsage?
Yeah, that sounds right.
Yeah, so he's ready to prom and all the rest of it.
Little
like,
bow tie.
And he's fiddling with it and like at the front porch.
Does he even take them off and then like squints a bit down the mirror? But it's like, not tonight. I'm gonna go without the glasses because I'm not Slime anymore.
Brave boy.
Yeah. So he's like, Jessica's house. It's this big, huge house as well, and all the rest of it. Like, the swimming pool's out back, and like Jessica's dad opens the door. Goes, Slime, what are you doing here, son? And
because all the families do know all the kids. It's like really,
yeah.
Despite being a vast American city, they do all know.
Yeah. They know everyone.
Yeah.
Everyone knows each other's business and stuff. And then like Slime is like, "Where's Jessica? I'm ready for our date." And you know, like, Brad's there with Jessica and all the rest of it. And it's like, and then exactly. Yeah. And then the camera and like Jessica's like, "Oh no, Slime. Oh my God, I think you got the wrong idea." Because Jessica's nice. People are bullying Slime at school, right?
I bet Brad hasn't brought her flowers though.
Well, you know,
or a corsage.
Probably not, but you know, he's got frosted hair and a big fat cock. So obviously she's gonna go with Brad. Yeah. Okay.
Did she say that, or
no? That's just the implication.
That's
just what everyone knows.
They're like the high school tag team champions.
Yeah, indeed. So then the camera points to Slime, and then the flowers drop out of his hands, and you get the.
They don't shut the door in his face, do they?
No, they're not that bad.
Okay.
But like, he's crestfallen, and then the flowers drop out of his hands, and because it's like a 3-camera teen sitcom deal, you got the sound effects, and the sound effect is, "Aww."
That was me watching Raw last night. Yeah.
Aww.
I know. He said, "What are you watching?" I was like, "You don't want to know, dear."
Wilbourn wakes up and is like, I know he's like, "What? Kiss of Tuesday?" She's like, "It's all right because I'm saved by the row."
So let me Triple H deserves to be in jail, man. So you have IYO SKY.
Peter in jail
is over. I like it. As over as could possibly be.
Yeah.
Okay, in the Fed where
The eye bit, man.
She
after a big move, and it was like
she in fact is so over as just a kick-ass wrestler who is so undeniably great at professional wrestling that WWE fans who don't really gravitate towards or make noise for wrestling matches, they're going ape because IYO SKY is so awesome in that ring. And then when you've got you've done it. All you have to do now, really, is, I don't know, babyface Gunther her, where I should just have him kick-ass matches. And I know that's so reductive, but when you have someone of that caliber who was that over for doing that thing, why don't you just do the thing more often? No. She gets more TV time as Screech than as the ass-kicking babyface world champion. And let me tell you something else. The reason why this isn't getting buried is, I think at this point, like, a lot of the people who don't like WWE, unless they're trying to point score in AEW's favor, just tend not to pay attention. Okay, the people who do like WWE probably like the slop because it's their melodrama of choice. Yeah, and there's state media who just will praise it to the hill or whatever, or be kind about it, like cry laugh emoji. Well, the acting isn't going to get an Oscar, but it's good that, you know, it's happening, etc., etc., etc. Like, this is absolutely bobbins.
I was in tears. Not since me and Devon lit up a little venue on the corner of Swanson and Rittner have I cried as much at pro goddamn wrestling.
Indeed, that's what you're going to get.
Yep.
Like, thank God for Asuka, because she is still, I love the face paint look as well. She is still exceptional at being the prick, right? She is carrying this on her back, because the other performances, I'll probably include Rhea Ripley in that, I don't believe a word she's saying. This is horrendous. This is some of the worst soap opera level acting I've seen in the Fed in years and years and years and years and years and years. One other thing I'm going to complain about is it's fake and it's ridiculous. They do this thing where Asuka and Kairi are responding to the live promo with, like, subtitles that are sort of eerily accurate. It's not like nothing's misheard and whatever. It's all perfect. It's all perfect. I mean, so what's going on here? Am I to infer that they've just got the best, you know, subtitles people in the business, or they've happened upon this absolutely incredible technology that just gets it perfectly right on live television, or have they pre-recorded a response, guessing exactly what Rhea and IYO were going to say, got the production team, press play on that because we're actually in a different part of the building and we're going to rush out and beat them up.
You're spot on. You're right. First time by saying the best subtitler in the business. It's WWE production stage. Come on. Like,
honestly, this is...
Those video packages.
I took it as they anticipated that Rhea and IYO would be out there, and then they would sneak attack them.
Wrestle Crap City. I'm with Hamflett.
Live subtitling should, like, that's I can buy that. You know?
I bought it as they anticipated they were going to come out, considering what they did last week.
Yeah,
they'll probably both be out there, and even if they're not, they'll see this.
Let's just guess word for word what they're going to say.
I think it was one of those things where it would have made sense regardless of what they said. But yes, it was very convenient that they talked exactly around the issue.
Well, Rhea Ripley was just like, you know what? Yeah, Asuka's got a point.
In Sidgwick's defense, it's no different to the complaint about the
I don't need
music.
I don't need anyone defending myself.
Music playing, like, running. It's the level of production that is required for a wrestler. Like, I'll run in now. Like, this is an extension. I would say it's slightly more useful because, again, you are affording quite a lot of camera and mic time at the moment to non-American speakers and encouraging that.
It's a workaround, I guess.
Enforced. Nope, fall in line, like, speak like a goddamn correct American or you lose your push. Like, that's how we would have worked back in my day.
So I'm very glad, by the way, that it isn't.
Yeah, that's it. So it's like, it's sort of like,
very glad that it isn't.
It's in terms of production faults and fake feeling, it's just one more thing on the list of, like, oh, this didn't feel very real. But I can wave that one away because I think there's a greater good.
It's your Fed brain.
Yeah, maybe.
I will say it's a nice thing for them to do. But then again, I'm thinking, does this happen in March? Does this happen in late July, early August, when you've got big shows to actually tend to? is this happening because CM Punk, for whatever reason, is not around? I thought he made his towns incidentally.
By next week.
Nice holiday.
Deserved one. I don't have a problem with the booking. Like, they've timed all this out to perfection in terms of the Crown Jewel card and where that's been. I thought it would end up being over like tag titles, for example. Like, silly old me think they might want to be the best wrestlers going for the belts, but like this,
It's nice that it's not. Yeah, like
them
you say.
two teaming for the first time. Like, we were talking about this back in like May, June. Oh, Crown Jewel's in Perth. Well, there's when you put them two together. Then they all look rubbish. Like, they all look like rubbish idiots.
I'm a sucker for a missed spot though. The last two missed spots have been pretty class.
Well, not really.
EO slime, because then that brings both bits together, doesn't it?
Yeah.
And
It's what... They look like Smurfs. People are... It's not just me saying it. Twitter's saying it. If... They look like, they're getting ridiculed for the effect of the mist.
Do the mists have different, like red mist
Yes,
and a green
and
mist?
I always forget
Law,
what it
law.
is, but, I always forget it.
I'll look up some mist lore.
green blinds, red burns, black debilitates.
Poisons, saps.
Blue.
Smurfs.
Pops Triple H's Twitter burners, so he's like even more next week. All the rest. Blue makes all the wrestlers want to take backstage pictures with you, because it's like funny, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's what that blue is.
Yeah.
Following this, we get the IC title match between Dominik Mysterio, champ, of course, with the AAA Mega Championship as well, and Rusev. Finn and JD came out with Dom, but he's fighting his own battles. They went to the back as the match started, and Rusev chucked him all over the place. But the low bridge with Rusev gets sent outside, and he catches Dom on a dive and hits a fall-away slam onto the announce table to take us to a break. When we come back, Rusev's dominated, obviously, but he misses a charge in the corner. It's a springboard sent on for one. Dom tries for the 619. Rusev just clotheslines him instead. Sets up for the Matchka kick, but Dom dives out of the ring and gets Rusev, sends him into the steel steps. They get back in. He hits a 619 to the gut, then drop kicks him. Normal 619, goes for a frog splash, but Rusev moves. Hits a Matchka kick for a nice near fall. Puts on the accolade. Dom quickly wriggles out of it and escapes the ring. Dom grabs both titles and tries walking away, but Rusev goes out and grabs him, chucks him back in. Rusev grabs the AAA title. Referee's like, get it away from you. And Ray channels his father, Eddie Guerrero, and pretends that Rusev clocked him with the IC title, but the referee's smart to it.
Yeah, I love that bit.
So as the ref puts the belt away, Dom just low blows Rusev, schoolboys him, grabs the titles, gets the 1, 2, 3, and gets a huge pop retaining the IC title.
So I enjoyed this, and evidently everybody else in the building did too. I was praising the booking yesterday, and I think I'm going to have to retract that praise, but I don't blame WWE. I'm struggling to articulate this one. They allowed Dominik Mysterio to be presented. When you do a Rey Mysterio spot, and Eddie Guerrero spot, you're not the heel. That's the gag. So they put in at least one, and I would say there was a few more in this match. Like a couple of his comebacks were sort of babyface coded. And because it was Rusev, who's this like physically dominant guy, all the more so. Like you're attempting a bit of a giant killing here, even if you're cheating to do it. So when this played out, I think I just expected... Like when they announced it, I assumed this would play out like Dominik Mysterio being the clown heel, stooging around, doing everything he can to get out of trouble. But WWE has sort of like acknowledged that crowds love him. So instead they allowed him to play a babyface. And as a result, like I didn't hate this match at all, but it did kind of inadvertently hung Rusev out to dry, I thought. He was neither dominant babyface nor terrifying heel. He was just the guy that was outsmarted and outwitted by the far more popular wrestler. I don't know. I can't work it out if this was good or bad. Like I enjoyed it as an experience, but it hasn't helped Rusev one bit. I think they're trying to keep Dominik Mysterio right here in this weird tweener space because they themselves can't decide what the best route to take is. Like there would have been a point where he would have maybe gone with Roxanne Perez, and that leads to this Liv Morgan comeback where the roof blows off her return and being like, but instead. They've kind of like tried to hedge the bets with him and keep him as he's not committed
That'll
to the
factor in.
Yeah.
What's happening with Liv? He's like in a holding pattern.
Yeah, but it's quite a tricky one because he's really over. And people just want to root for him. So the temptation would be...
I mean, Dragon Lee later was like, I'm going to get you. And everyone's like, oh, don't.
I was going to raise that, yeah. There was a definite sense of, well, we don't like you as much as Dominik Mysterio, so no, thank you, Dragon Lee. Like, take your wrestling moves elsewhere. Like, we're kind of into this Nepo baby. He's charmed us, and he has. And it's a weird predicament they find themselves in. And I don't really hold anyone at fault or at blame. And I think Dominik's work is exactly where it should be for the character they're trying to pull off. But Finn and JD are the only out and out heels here, and it just made for a difficult mix up. Don't know.
Yeah, I'm with you. The match was the match. I did enjoy the fall away slam. Looked great, and I liked the how they built towards that 619, like the initial one. I'm thinking Dom should do that more often, if anything. So there was the DNA of a decent match of this archetype in there, but it didn't do an awful lot for me, realistically. But at the same time, I was kept guessing a little bit. I didn't know where it was going to go. At some point, in some fashion, you kind of have to beat a guy of whatever this means, Rusev's caliber, if you're going to create some dramatic matches on TV. I'm kind of glad that it happened, because at least I don't know, I couldn't predict where it was going to go. Yeah, I don't know what Rusev got out of this, but, beat people, because it needs to happen way more often on TV, and you obviously don't do it too much. Pancakes, waffles, like, you will not be over if he just wins and loses, but pick your moments, beat people, and then it's kind of on them, right? Well, how do you get back over? You have to do it to a degree and a bit more often. So I was broadly in favor of it happening, but I don't know how it's going to shake out.
I do think and again, this is maybe not the worst thing for Rusev at this point, because he was beatable here. I'm going to go back to this wildly overrated Sheamus match from Clash in Paris.
Wish I had to be there, probably.
Yeah. If that was as effective as lots of people in that building appeared to make it, you probably wouldn't have had a situation where the fans would have favoured Dominik Mysterio last night. There would have been this momentum hype train behind Rusev.
Almost as if they were just making noise for the sake of it.
I think it's the same way.
Try and get over themselves.
Yeah. No, simply more no.
What?
Just my thoughts.
You say simply not.
Yeah, simply not true.
But in a French accent.
Yeah. Do you want the missed properties? I found it on Pro Wrestling Wiki.
Yeah, go on then.
Green obstructs the opponent's vision. Red is said to burn the eyes. Obviously, Gangrel had the blood mists mentioned here. Black blinds, but for several weeks. Like
Saps, yeah.
Like Tajiri used on Nydia. Blue sends the opponent to sleep, apparently.
If only.
Yellow paralyzes, and purple causes momentary distraction and memory loss.
Oh, there you go.
Now you know.
So they've just ignored that law then for this blue mist at the moment.
Yeah, just a funny colour in it, Smurf.
We see a conversation between Postman Pierce and L.A. Knight.
Yeah.
Yes.
From earlier on in the day. Pierce admits probably a bad idea having Knight being the special guest referee at WrestlePalooza. Talks about Usos versus two Bronnies later. Knight insists that every show's about him. And he's like, just stay out of the main event. He's like, all right, but I want a shot at the World Heavyweight title. New Day barge in. Xavier Woods isn't happy that Penta is Pierce's mercenary, in his words, and he took Big G out of action last week. He wants them to ban the Mexican Destroyer, but Pierce refuses that. New Day like, when's our world title match or tag team title match? And Pierce is like, how many times am I going to tell you? You haven't earned a title shot, and I'm literally in the middle of a meeting right now. Knight doesn't care what they want, and Kofi's like, how about you shut up? I'm the only world heavyweight champion in the room. Mind your own business. What's the grown men talk? And Knight says, well, you're never going to be a world champion again. He wants to get a title shot against Seth Rollins and challenges Kofi to a match, promises to drop him with a BFT, and Pierce makes it official.
All right, yeah, fine. It's just whatever stuff, isn't it?
Yeah, it's total whatever.
Too much whatever on these shows now.
I sense you probably liked what came next. We see a shot of Cody's bus, and then we get a brilliant video package talking about the history of Cody and Seth, the history of Cody Rhodes and Seth Rollins rivalry, part 1, enemies. If you're a fan of that sort of thing, by the way, check out the evil edition of Seven Wrestlers Theory with Michael Sidgwick from yesterday.
Michael Sidgwick and the host, a witch.
So they talk about starting out as enemies a very long time ago, Rhodes leaving to become a bigger star, Seth putting the company on his back. And they talk about Cody's return, obviously, facing Seth and how that set him on a path to the top. The subsequent match where Cody grabbed the tights, and then Hell in a Cell, which we all can never forget that visual of, with the torn pec. But they found respect for each other. Cody says that will forever be a defining victory in my career, and Seth concludes by saying, and you will forever be a defining rival of mine, which is why what happened next is so tragic, and it'll be continued next week or on SmackDown.
I was delighted with this because I thought, oh God, we're not going to hear from Seth live or something. And then, can't have it all.
Second Seth. Sid, you were in my thoughts watching this video package because I always enjoyed how much you would dwell on a specific character detail of Drew McIntyre. About like, I had to leave and deserve my place back here. Like, if you want to be the best in the world, you got to go away.
In canon, WWE is bad.
And then earn it by coming back.
Yeah, in canon, in WWE canon, WWE is bad.
Well, like Seth Rollins said, like, I stuck around here when it was crap. So which is it? Like, do you have to go away to be good, or do you have to stick around to be good? Like, what's the rules?
Well, that's what they are trying to say in the story, I guess.
Yeah.
It's just funny how, like, Cody Rhodes is a much bigger star than Seth Rollins.
Mm.
And he did loads of interesting, cool stuff and learned how to connect with loads of different crowds and express himself. And he's a bigger star. And Seth, God, I've said this before, man, but like his character is the boring, stable guy in the rom-com who doesn't like flighty, volatile people who leave. And I'm stable, steady and stable Seth Rollins. I'll always be here for you. Well, you know. What about Brad? He's hotter.
Could you imagine if
I thought Brad was with Jessica.
Not anymore.
Imagine if he flipped in one of these promos and he was like, Cody, do you think I wanted to work Dolph Ziggler?
Yeah,
and
yeah.
mix tags with Baron Corbin. Of course I fucking didn't. Like, they're just like, nobody would see it coming, would they?
Yeah.
What? Oh my God.
Whilst you were out there working amazing matches on the Indies and New Japan and stuff like that.
At
Stick
least-
with this.
At least he's a full-blown heel now, or kind of. He's already entertaining the idea of like redemption and stuff like this, which I can't be arsed with this strand of storytelling to begin with. But when he was like the baby face, going like, I stuck around and did what I was told like a good boy. What a loser you are. You're a loser.
Well, see, I'm a rule following people pleaser. But as a result, I enjoy wrestling.
Do I want to go and see you have a wrestling match, mate?
No, it's escapism. Like, this is the point. Like, Seth Rollins works as a
See enough
heel.
of you during the day.
I don't wish that to be virtuous in my wrestling show. I don't need that. I want to watch clips of 90s Shawn Michaels doing things I would never dream of doing because it's not following society's rules, Shawn.
And your favourite wrestler is promotion destroyer CM Punk. Or
Exactly.
Or did he destroy that promotion? I'm doing an investigative deep dive as we speak.
He destroyed a company. There was no promotion to destroy.
True.
I cannot wait for this article.
Me too.
I cannot wait for this article.
We've watched it transform. Well, you transform in front of our very eyes.
I'm confident you'll come back round to hang his side by the end because Punk digs his own grave ski. But
He does.
But I like the gooey middle.
I need
of the whole story.
I need more than anything. Obviously, I haven't arrived at this conclusion or the answer because no one ever will. I don't think. Like, did he say it? Did he say? I don't want to say call it around. Take that as you will, Tony. Did he? Did he? Because it may.
Didn't I?
I need to know the answer to this question. Because what if it was just a mad coincidence that in March 2022, A Steel gets the producer job that Colt Cabana no longer has? You know what I mean? That's a pretty incredible coincidence.
It's like Tony Khan just wants to do the nicest possible thing he can for his favourite wrestler. I got a great idea.
Because it's just, I mean, that is the most staggering of coincidences if that's what's happened. But at the same time, like CM Punk might be, you got your Ric Flairs, your Dusty Rhodes, like your Bockwinkles, your Rocks, your Austins. If Punk actually said that, a lot of people said that he did, and look at the coincidence that's happened. How does he have the balls to do that promo? It's the best promo of all time. If he's sat there covered in dried blood, his tricep hanging off, I think the audacity to say that had nothing to do with me.
It's a planet. You knew he was going to do it. Like, to planet. Like, there's a...
It is the best, the conviction in it. It's unbelievable.
It's a money promo. He just drew his WWE contract. That's it. I sometimes think, I was watching not that long ago, they'd been sat in my planner and I forgot to watch them, that AEW All Access series, and it was that behind the scenes, fly on the wall thing. It didn't really take, but like it was just interesting to watch a few years later and you see the AEW backstage machinations. It was like, they were covering Tamello and Ruby Soho's feud and what Britt Baker was up to and stuff like that. And you could see that backstage sign thing where like everybody's offices are in the different directions and the little white tape over the CM Punk locker room, because it's from that specific period where he's gone, but he's not gone. And it's Tony Khan, production, photography, Chris Jericho, and then like a blank where CM Punk's locker room arrow used to be. And you wonder if like, people have bad days. Like even the anxious millennial cowboy can just get a bit rattled by life sometimes. Like of all the days where he's like, I could do with a word with him, but he's still holed up in his locker room and, he's just having a bit of crap with the boys in the locker. Like he's a world champion and he's still getting changed with the boys. And like Brett would always say that, versus Hogan and Hogan's star locker room and stuff. He's like, we're supposed to be going over the promo tonight, but somebody's taking a bit longer. I guess he's doing some Instagram post about how he's such a great guy from his private life. And he's just, and then he's going, you talk a good game about workers' rights. Oh God!
I know, but
you never know. It's like a bad day.
I know, but
like
in the weeks before the infamous workers' rights promo,
brilliant. It's better than Raw.
It's better than Raw. In the weeks before the workers' rights promo, right? CM Punk was like, "I like the cowboy. I know he's got a lot of fans in this building here tonight. I actually like the cowboy, but if I want to win that world title, I have to fight the cowboy. And I tell you what, Hangman Page, he's gonna know he's been in a fight with CM Punk." CM Punk could not be more I'm working a program with a baby face as a baby face. It's a bit boring, but quite frankly, this is kind of how it has to go. I'm going to destroy CM Punk. I'm sick to my back teeth of these masturbatory Bret Hart tribute matches. I'm gonna him up, that piece of trash. Like Hangman Page he's telling a different story to CM Punk the entire goddamn time.
It was weird then. It was weird. None of us could figure out what was going on.
No,
right there.
No. I dread to go back as Acast cut them off.
I've probably got them somewhere.
I dread to think what I was saying. Maybe I was like, oh, idiots, this is what's going on.
I bet you were just in a... What?
I think...
Yeah, we were like... What's
up with Hangman?
Guys, what's happening?
Because there was a few people on Twitter.
It wasn't that we thought there was tension, but we could not work out what story they were attempting to tell.
Well, because they were telling two different ones. CM Punk was telling a story of, right, I'm going up against the top guy who I actually respect, but I'm going to have to kick his ass, I'm afraid. Let's see if I can get into his head with this finisher theft thread that wasn't particularly good. I'm going to skin CM Punk alive and throw him in salt and piss on his flash. It's like, what?
Okay.
All right. They're telling two different stories.
Yeah.
Anyway, what's the story on air? Please, I don't want to hear it.
No, I was just saying, going to say the good news from what I'm looking at on Acast, we go all the way back to June 2020.
Jesus, I'm seeing some reaching stuff there. I love it, though. I love it.
One of the last ones I can see here. AEW Dynamite and NXT review. 2 for 1. You lucky bastards. Drake Maverick gets his job back.
Christ.
Cody versus Jungle Boy. Breezango are back. Orange Cassidy, baddest man on the planet.
Sounds like a good week.
That was
apart from it being in the middle of
that was an excellent bit. That I want the baddest man on the planet, and Cassidy comes out. It's good stuff.
I was thinking about Ray Phoenix flying out of nowhere, dropkick on Orange Cassidy and Daly's the other day.
Oh yeah,
just like
concussed him, didn't he?
He just come from space. Yeah. Took him out of the game for 3 weeks.
Messed him up.
What a spot.
All's well that ends well.
Let's just look at the Raw review from back then. Backlash Go Home show, of course. Charlotte Flair and Asuka, I think, work in a good match. Bobby Lashley and MVP versus the Viking Raiders. Edge on the Peep Show. And then I've just written here, I don't have any recollections of what this is.
Hang on.
Tag Team Decathlon Madness.
That'll be... Oh, that can't be the Viking Raiders and Street Profits. But that sounds just like the stuff they were doing. I'm just... Like Edge on the Peep Show while Bobby Lashley's teaming with MVP. It just... You're picturing those 4 people together and it's like...
Yeah, now they're over here.
They were last week over here.
More Dexter Loomis kidnappings on the next... Different time, innit?
Yeah.
Worse.
Yeah. Much worse.
Anyway, we still on his thing.
Indus Share destroy some jobbers. WWE steal our gimmicks. Even back then. Don't know what it was, but you're welcome.
Don't write that, dickhead.
Too late now.
It's the bullet point, isn't it? Is this anything?
Libel. Is this anything?
What is going on with Bayley? She runs into Lyra Valkyria backstage, but Lyra's
stood in the 2020 recaps.
Lyra's wise to all this. Bayley's wearing a t-shirt though. Good friend. She says, I'm not surprised doing that after what you did last week. She's like, you got a match. Why are you playing mind games with me? Bayley's like, no, I just want to see if you want to be in my corner after it was so perfect last week. And Lyra's like, yeah. I'll help you. Just so you can put me on my ass on worldwide TV again. Bayley says, look, I've been going through a lot since WrestleMania. It's not your fault, but I can't move forward without your support. And Lyra has no idea what's going on. But she's like,
I mean, it's fairly obvious to literally everybody else.
I can't keep giving you second chances.
It's
You're
got
on
a
your
split
own.
personality thing going.
Yeah. You saw it first, in a way. You were the only one that acknowledged it on television when nobody else in the company gave a shit. Boss of Pierce, can we do something about this? Oh, God. In hell, this again.
And then we got the
When I
match.
get home from work, even though I'm at work, I just want to put my feet up and goddamn relax. But you're at work. Shut up.
Then we got Bayley versus Raquel Rodriguez,
She's the
Roxanne.
only one that got it. She's the only one that now has ungot it. That's how this has gone for Lyra Valkyria.
Roxanne was there at ringside. And Raquel sort of manhandles Bayley early on, but Bayley hits a sort of stunner over the middle rope, suicide dive, drop kick. But as she goes for the ring post drop kick, Raquel catches her in midair and chucks her into the ringside barricade to take us to a break. When we come back, Bayley hits a twist of fate on the floor, chucks Raquel back in the ring, flying elbow drop, swanton bomb for a 2 count.
Every single time. I demand it now. Do it one more time for.
Flying elbow drop. Swanton bomb.
Oh, yeah!
We all do it now. Stand up. Me at the trampoline park. Back elbow.
Every time, every move now. You have to watch the videos on WhatCulture Wrestling YouTube podcast channel.
What was the move noise? Just the clothesline. There's got to be a noise.
Anyway, Raquel gets back into it with the fall away slam. It's fall away slam. I don't know what you want from me. Hits a corkscrew elbow for a 2 count. Bayley gets her in a
I'd like to see your impression of the botch.
yeah.
Comes up.
Yeah. Bit of a miscommunication. Anyway, Bayley gets her with a figure 4.
Shut up, man. If that happened on AEW, you're gone mad.
Nice little tribute to Flair in North Carolina. As Raquel's trying to get to the ropes, Roxanne.
You don't have to put on a Riddler.
Referee's like, get out of here.
To give your body to the knee.
And busies herself checking.
I looked
Roxy!
like a stung. Stung.
What's yours?
Hey, don't stand so close to me.
What's the nonsense police one?
The do, the da.
Yeah, thank you.
The didgeridoo do.
Why are you feeling a little bit spiritually vapid? It's because I'm just a ghost in the material world.
I'm a New Zealander in New York.
She tries to get involved. And then behind the referee's back, because the referee's checking whether Raquel's getting to the ropes, Perez runs around, rakes the eyes of Bayley, and Rodriguez hits the big boot and the Tejana bomb to get the 1-2-3 post-match. They beat her down. Valkyria comes out, isn't sure what to do, but decides, no, I've got to make this save. She runs down, attacks Roxanne. Raquel punches Lyra, though. Roxanne hits that cartwheel into the double knees on the back of the head. I like that move. But Bayley, she loses it. And she attacks Roxanne and Raquel. Hits a running knee strike and a suplex to Roxanne Perez. Bayley clotheslines Raquel over the top rope and helps Valkyria back to her feet. She is puzzled as to what's going on here. But Bayley grabs him and says, "Go on, you idiot, let's get him."
So is the latest twist in the tail.
But that stings from New Zealand.
Yes. That Lyra Valkyria is like, right, I figured it out again, having figured it out previously, that she's got a split personality. But I can use this for good. Is that what they're doing? They're baby facing the fact that half the time Bayley is a heel.
Oh, God, who knows?
Who
knows?
This week's wasn't having a go at babyface. It was getting the baddies. So, benefits.
Double baby face. Can't have too many hot baby faces, so double baby face. Is that what they're doing here?
Different needs.
What is going on?
Mess.
I have got no idea. Speaking of a mess, you like to gloss it over because you are basically the Chesterfield Raj Giri. So instead, I've got a salient point to make about this botch, right? Because botches happen. It's fine. Many times they're funny. I keep saying this to, the respective fans of the two companies that exist. You gotta laugh. Bouch. You gotta laugh. So, correct me if I'm wrong. I'm going to try and talk the listeners, cum viewers, through this. So, Bayley tries to do So, Raquel's got Bayley up for a suplex. Mm-hmm. Bayley is going to hit a stunner.
Yeah.
They each fall on the race.
Fall over.
So, they just do it again. And then Raquel just hits her with a clothesline.
Yeah.
That, to me, just kind of laid bare, brought into focus. Maybe we need to stop with the old no-selling moves when there's no need. Save them for the most intense fire-ups on the major stages. Because when this specific sequence, like this really soulless, weird fighting spirit-ish, where this move had no effect, I'm just going to do one back to you. If you have, I will just do that move again. Okay. Now, it had no effect the second time. What are we actually doing here? It just made a farce of the match for me, which is the one thing you cling on to when you watch Bayley, because her character is totally farcical to begin with. Bad night for bad crap.
And it's like, she's probably thinking, well, this run isn't the best one, but it's not the worst creative I've ever had. Because the bar's so low for bad Bayley ideas over the years that she's like, well, we'll get through this and I might get Lyra over a bit more, so we'll give it a try.
Like, genuinely, what is the point? Is it to show Bayley's range? Is it so she can be wacky and a babyface at the same time so fans can have fun with her? Or what are we doing here? I don't know.
No, I don't know when it comes to Bayley. They might be thinking biggest possible picture with Lyra Valkyria, right? She runs through a storyline with Becky Lynch and kind of comes out a little bit more over than she was. She's the same with Bayley. Maybe she comes out a little bit more over than she was. And it all looks like she's had all this stuff going on. And then sure enough, a Royal Rumble comes along or an Elimination Chamber comes along and like, the whole time, Lyra Valkyria was kicking around as a challenger that just happened to get diverted, and you've maybe made a world title contender. And you can look back and say, well, it was weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks of terrible television, but you did plant a seed within people that she's for real. And maybe it's that, there's no, I guess it's weird, there's no title, but it's another secondary women's storyline with no belt or anything to speak of. It's performed horrendously.
Yeah. I do look forward to watching it every week, but maybe perversely.
Yeah, it's rubbish. It's rubbish. It's again, the biggest picture is WWE's creative decline 2025, but it's like, what are the examples of like the actively trash storylines? And this is one of them, like John Cena is this historic generational omnishambles of a run. This is just, I backed it in crap stuff. This is just,
how is it an omnishambles of a run when he won the world title? Just explain that to me.
Good point. Yeah, sorry. Didn't think
What did you just say?
It can't really be an omnishambles if he won the world title, can it?
Because, I mean,
quite
otherwise...
the achievement. I think he's done it 17 times now.
How many people have done that, Hamflett? That's right, 0. So, you've confused worst with best again.
Riddle me this. The Usos meet backstage. Jimmy wants to know why Jay walked away from what happened with LA Knight last week. And Jay quite rightly says...
Are they doing it again?
I've got some doubts later, and they sure might be. I don't know about this. don't know about this one. Not so sure about this one.
Jay said helping LA Knight got him nowhere. He's the reason they lost at WrestlePalooza. And he asked Jimmy why is he helping LA Knight. Made it very clear he didn't want him doing that. Nobody gives a damn. Jay did what he had to do. Bodied LA Knight, got the victory. That's it. Mission accomplished. Maybe if he did more of that, he'd be back being World Heavyweight Champion by now. That's something Jimmy just don't get. Forget LA Knight. We're going to go out there and handle our business with the Vision tonight.
He's been the world champion. I said this the other week. It is different in that he's been the world champion, and it's not. We'll do a bit of it now and then a bit later. When Jimmy turned on Jay in 2023, the rationale was he didn't want Jay to become like Roman Reigns, and then he was just like, "Yeah, it's pretty fucking Roman Reigns. I'm going to be part," and they kind of had to abandon that retcon it. But that was the principal thinking behind Jimmy turning back then. Jay has become the world champion and is sort of taking that path. But now it's rooted in an experience. He misses the mountaintop, and he kind of like. So it's not exactly the same, is what I'm getting at. I think there's a germ of a good idea here in that, like when Roman sees him and stuff, it's like you and I are on the same level now, rather than just I want to get you to this level. It's like motivation of something that's actually happened rather than this mythical idea. I think it's better. I think it's stronger, and I think you can buy more the sort of the distance between Jimmy and Jay as a result of what Jay's managed to accomplish. But it is also really hard to shake that feeling of this again. But I do want to, I think it is stronger fundamentally, but it's the second, third, fourth, fifth go around. So you kind of run the risk of just making it feel pointless. The stakes have probably never been better, and yet the story sort of feels played out before it's even happened.
Not only is the story played out, right, Paul Thomas Anderson could direct these clowns, could write and direct these clowns, and they still have to have a wrestling match at the end of it.
One bloodline after another.
Yeah. There will be bloodline because we've got no other choice, apparently. We've got nothing else going on. Cody's a good champion, but that's about it.
Jay and Jimmy, the dynamics have switched.
Oh my God, one of them, they're still going to super kick each other.
The like form. I don't know if is this good or bad. Jey Uso
probably bad.
Cast as a situational
probably bad.
Cast as a situational heel in this moment that has been at the top of the mountain and is kind of like maybe blind to reality a bit while speaking to Jimmy. Looking the dip in his yeet bucket hat. Is that a good character choice or not? Because it's almost like, come on, Jay, you're kind of becoming an arsehole. Look at you. But they probably want to sell those. It's like, get your cool yeet bucket hat.
I tell you what.
It's like this sort of a newer version of a wrestler turning heel and wearing a suit.
Yeah.
Like, I'm kind of a big deal now. Look at this.
I'll save the rest of the analysis at the end.
Okay.
For the big thing that we're going to put on the thumbnail. That's Hamflett says.
No spoilers yet, though. Kairi Sane comes in to check on IYO SKY, and IYO tells her to stay away. Kairi says it's not too late. It could still be a family. Just follow her and apologize to Asuka. And Kairi gives IYO a picture of all three of them hanging out together. And I saw that because the camera zoomed in on it just to make sure I noticed it. So thanks for that. And then we got Kofi Kingston versus LA Knight.
Yeah.
Skip. This would be a prime fodder
100%.
if we were still skipping these gimmicks.
They were jaw-jacking each other to start. Kingston goes after Knight, but eats a neck breaker. Knight's in control until Woods' distraction allows Kingston to take over, dropkick through the ropes. He posts Knight. We go to a break. Woods hits a cheap shot during that, but Knight makes a comeback, hitting a slingshot, shoulder tackle, and a neck breaker. Woods again distracts Knight by jumping on the apron, but Knight knocks him off. Kingston gets a roll-up with his feet on the ropes, but LA Knight kicks out, ducks the Trouble in Paradise, and hits the BFT for the 1-2-3.
I think the LA Knight push has worked to the level they want it to. You can scarcely discern a good week from a bad bell to bell, so we'll just ignore that completely. You can't. But they were at a point where LA Knight was wrestling Seth Rollins to set up the big swerve injury deal on Saturday night's main event, and they're going to arrive back at that point for the next Saturday night's main event where he will get the title shot against Seth. And the idea will be, like, I was really angry that you used me for this plan the last time because I think I could have just beaten you. Like, man to man.
And if that result happens at Saturday night's main event, I think that would make LA Knight the world champion, right?
You've done your math calculation correctly, and that will almost certainly come up. And they have had the job now for 2 years, and this is not an easy job, and we see it in wrestling all the time, of having the guy that can remain, like, incredibly over and not necessarily ever win the big one, nor should he need to. It's a difficult job.
Yeah.
You would have it all the time in the 80s because...
People were saying after he lost to Roman in Saudi?
2023.
Yeah, that was kind of...
2022 maybe? Like, ages.
Yeah.
He's been this for ages, and that's no mean feat. Like, I think that's quite
He's
admirable.
done well.
Yeah, admirable for him. Good booking, like, measured use of this character to the point where nobody's going to buy him beating Seth Rollins, but then it almost becomes this, like, next game, right? How do we kind of keep LA Knight relevant and over and talking up that he's going to win the Royal Rumble when he's simply not? You know, we'll be back again with the Money in the Bank loop next year. This is going to be LA Knight's year. He doesn't lose any overness for it. He doesn't lose that sort of relationship with the audience, and you've still got a heel turn if you ever want to go down that route, and he'd probably nail that as well. So I think they've booked LA Knight quite well over this year in particular, far more so than some of the other alleged main eventers on Raw when a Punk isn't around or Cody's busy on SmackDown. LA Knight holds his own in a way that I'm sort of impressed by.
This match is tedious.
Yeah.
Absolutely. What are we doing here? Tedious. Total filler. Rubbish. Not rubbish, mediocre.
Well, after that...
but it shouldn't be mediocre because they've got no excuse, so rubbish.
Okay.
In a mediocre way.
Becky Lynch goes up to Maxxine Dupri, and Akira Tozawa mocks her for being a loser.
Haven't we already done this a few months ago?
It was Maxine's last match that I can recall.
And she's like, I saw you having that chat with Postman Pierce. Probably wanted a match with Becky Lynch. I'm the greatest female wrestler of all time. Not just me saying it. Other people say it. Sports Illustrated, Bleacher Report. Everybody says it. And Maxine's like, well, AJ Lee doesn't say it. Tozawa thinks that. It is funny. So Becky sucker punched Tozawa. Maxine's like, what do you do that for? Leave him alone. And as she checks her name, Becky jumps her from behind and slams her head into the merch table. And then walks up to Seth and is like, all right, I feel better now. You want any help out there? And he's like, no, I'm going to handle business with Cody by myself.
I like this, and I think it did after Maxxine Dupri. She's kicking the cat, isn't she? Like the big promise and the big bluster and everything last week has resulted in her not going for one of the many, like, viable challenges, but in fact
I need to send a statement.
the woman's so weak that she kind of beat her easily last time, will beat her again if she wants to fight back. All in this, like, so see, I don't need to fight AJ Lee again, if anything, because I've smashed Maxxine Dupri twice.
Yeah.
Like, it's good.
She was worming out.
She was, exactly. She was worming out the last time. Decent character stuff from Becky Lynch, this. And they've kept the big match on ice with AJ Lee for Survivor Series, maybe?
Yeah.
That's like that. That's in a stadium this year, isn't it? Or like a bit. They'll need big stuff, I think, for Survivor Series. Cena in a War Games match or something, like daft stuff to put all those aces in seats.
Brock's going to be there.
Is he?
Well, that's what we were working out, weren't we, after his appearance? And they were like, he's gone for a while. And I'm like, he's going to be back for Survivor Series. It's Brock.
Leading, he'll join the Vision or something for a War Games.
Petco Park in San Diego, yeah.
Like 30,000 or something? Or big.
Baseball field, isn't it? Yeah. Think of Maxxine and Akira getting attacked by Becky here.
We've done this.
Do it again.
No.
Out comes Seth Rollins. Sing a song. We all know what the song is.
Yeah.
And the chant for CM Punk.
Is the tongue new? I normally look away, but I decided to look at it this time. Have you been tongue demon Seth for a while with the?
I try not to stick my tongue because I'm scared if I wobble my head, I'll bite my own tongue off.
Bite it off. I'm not bite it. Ow! On the floor. Oh no, it's on the floor.
Yeah. They jump
it off.
It's one of my biggest fears. That swallow my tongue.
I've thought about it before.
Well, get ready to have a bad time with your mouth for the next 5 minutes.
Yeah. It's all joined up.
How would that work?
Like athletes swallow their tongue and stuff.
I don't think I have, no.
You know, you've heard of it as a phenomenon.
I think I've heard of it now you say it, but it's not something I've ever given any thought to. How would that work?
It'll ruin your day.
He's trying to eat his own tongue now.
It's one of those things that'll enter your head and it'll just ruin your day for 5 minutes.
You're walking down the street. Oh my God, that's what I'm done.
Mm-hmm.
So they chant for Punk, they chant for the OTC, and then they chant for Cody Rhodes, obviously, and Rollins.
I love that because that can't have been by design, but I love this idea of like go out there and just wait till you get the Cody chance and then you can start. And it's like, well, there's loads of stars other than you, Seth. Yeah. We'll do all of them before we get to you.
It's like, who's he feuding with? Oh, yes, Cody, yeah.
It's not one of the New York protest crowds where they're just like, JBL, Michael Cole, but they're doing it to the World Heavyweight
Yeah.
Anyone left? Rollins
acknowledges that he's lost all 3 matches against Cody Rhodes, but that doesn't matter. They're in the past. Those versions of himself and Cody are in the past. They were, back then, both men trying to reach the top, but now they were on top, world champion, world heavyweight champion. The winner of the match wouldn't just be crown jewel champion. I didn't realize this. The winner may just decide the next 10 to 20 years of the entire industry.
Kiss my ass. Come on. I'm enjoying this. Don't patronize me and try and work me with that nonsense.
It reminded me of like when they were like...
If it actually makes sense, don't try and like validate the ginormous belt and silly Super Bowl ringers more than it is.
Yeah.
It reminded me when it was like red versus blue and it was like, one brand will reign supreme. And
yeah.
In 2 months, it will be red versus blue. In 1 month, we're having a draft.
Yeah. I forgot about, remember the year when...
Team Blue till I die. In 3 weeks.
Team Blue until the Raw bot drafts me to Raw.
Do you remember when like Raw pitched a shutout? Like they won the whole thing?
Yeah.
What happened off
Nothing.
the back?
Absolute jack.
Remember when like SmackDown lost everything? They were like, oh.
Somebody got...
well, still tuning in though, right?
Was that not when Rollins turned heel?
It was... No, because that was Raw losing, so he was having to like... own up to Raw.
Of course, I've got the brand.
This was 2020, I think, and like somebody got a bollocking on SmackDown, maybe, or don't know that again. Right, got you. Great. So that was it. Like the
shutout, is that right?
Yeah, I think it was 2020, maybe. Seth was on Team SmackDown that year because he did the thing, the extra black adjacent. Like I will sacrifice myself. Remember he tagged in. He just been drafted to SmackDown, and he was like,
"Yeah, I know what he was doing."
Yeah.
Hang on, I might have.
It's not that important.
I'm reminiscing now. Anyway,
it's in the lockdown or something. It's the worst time ever.
Rollins didn't understand why anyone would want Cody Rhodes to win that match and lead this company into the future. He said, look, I've done everything right. I stayed when this company was crap. Brought into his golden age, or when he said when it was tough, but he brought into the golden age, took the 2 Bronnies, took them under his wing corner, so they could reach the top. But he's trying to rid this place of cancers like Roman Reigns and CM Punk, and yet still people chant for Cody Rhodes instead of him. And then bing bong, squeeze me. Out comes Cody Rhodes. You know, the usual entrance. Wrestling is one royal family. Yeah. Whoa. Where's Pyro gone?
Where's Old Man gone?
That was really funny.
He took it well.
He took it well.
He took it better than some of the others. Do you want to reminisce about what we were watching earlier?
I reminisce about 90s Shawn Michaels all day long if I could get away with it. Him...
We kind of do.
Losing his loaf at Ground Zero in your house when it doesn't go off as he's doing his like signature pose, and then he kind of...
It's like a 10-second delay at most.
Quite a wait.
It's not like you know Randy at the Rumble when he's like pointing like 6 times. Come on.
But I think what frustrates him more, it's one thing that it's broken and he's quite annoyed. What frustrates him more is that it's 1997 and he's Shawn Michaels. But what frustrates him more is that he looks around and then it starts happening, obviously on some sort of delay, and he's just having to watch it go, ooh, come on, he calls him a wanker.
Cowards at WWE Vault have cut that, haven't they?
Yeah, just scowls at Vincent Mann on commentary. Scowls at everyone for everything. He was a beast.
It was good stuff.
It was. You should tell some of his NXT trainees to work a little bit more like he did. Say, oh, you're watching my tape? Yeah, sure, I'm watching loads of tapes. Or something great you did with Chris Jericho in 2008. He's like, no. Watch when I was a...
So the good stuff is.
Ask Abe's dad.
Rhodes basically asked Rollins, what the hell are you talking about? We don't have any control of the future of the industry. The people do. Yeah, these guys. So I saw, I'm not sure if you saw, but your boys appeared on SmackDown. But it wasn't you sent them, it was Paul Heyman. Who's really in charge? And Ron's like, I sent them. Every decision runs through me. Cody's like, whose idea was it for Heyman to introduce Brock Lesnar? And Ron's like, yeah, still, every decision runs through me. Rhodes says, look, Crown Jewel should be about best versus best. Mate, where are we going to be in 20 years, eh? Sitting in the back, reminiscing about the past. Remember when you were my shield at WrestleMania 40? I thought you were my mate. And Ron stopped. Slightly more serious than that. Rollins Tom, shut up. I was never your friend. It was a means to an end. You were the lesser of two evils. We're never going to be two friends reminiscing about the past. We're never going to shake hands. That will never happen. He said he planned on cleansing the timeline at Crown Jewel. Everything that happened before was dead. He's going to write a new future. He said, after Crown Jewel, I write a new history, a new future, and there's only one person who will lead that vision, and that person is Seth freaking Rollins.
I like this. Not as much as last week, but I did enjoy it. I said last week, they're kind of leaning on like very, very robust law, and it's what helps all of this. Seth Rollins, and some of this was missing in the build to WrestleMania, and I missed it there as well. But the bit of Seth Rollins' character that resents Roman Reigns, I always really like, because it feels real. Like CM Punk is a different thing because he left and there was obviously bad blood between the two. But Roman Reigns, they've kind of come up. It's worked. It's more of a worked thing, but there is a genuine professional desire still burning within Seth Rollins that he could have been all that Roman Reigns is. He couldn't, but he believes it, and I believe him believing it. And I've always really liked that with Seth Rollins. And then likewise, they've been able to adapt that for this Cody Rhodes thing and about how I was your shield, but think about what my goal was there. And I can buy it and I can believe it. As I say, the stuff about the what this match represents and what it all means is bollocks.
It's a load of nonsense.
But to tie it back to the Roman thing with Seth Rollins, like much to my chagrin, to be honest, they dropped a hook, and I'm really interested to see what happens. It's like everything goes through me. As it pertains to Brock Lesnar, like I don't want to be invested in that, but that was good. That's some interesting storytelling. Like you could apply the exact same thing to Brock Lesnar as you apply to all the other things that Seth Rollins hates and all the people that he hates. You can apply it to Brock, and you can sow the seeds of doubt between Seth Rollins and Paul Heyman, and presumably if, let's say it's a Vision War Games match now, we can assume that Brock will be on that team, and what's that going to look like? Like, I don't want him around, but it's good storytelling. It's interesting storytelling to me. It's the polar opposite to he's back to beat up John Cena and piss off again, whatever. How does he fit into Seth Rollins' worldview when we know what Seth Rollins thinks of all of these people? Like, and for Cody Rhodes to drop that in, it's that brilliant babyface thing. He's not doing it to play mind games with Seth Rollins. He's doing it because he's a truth teller. He's trying to like remind Seth what all this is about. I love this. I really, really love that we've got this diversion, that we've got this match that means nothing, but you can still book it, you can still have it, and then after the 3 weeks are over, they can go back to their respective stories, and Cody really trying to tease Seth to not have interference so that you can have this straight one-on-one, only for like Randy Orton to be the difference all along. It's really good stuff, I think.
Nah, don't care. I don't really care.
And you're entitled to it.
It's just the next 10 to 20 years of the industry,
Shut your mouth. I mean, even Dr. Fed himself is saying that's a complete load of nonsense. It just feels like the reason why this is happening is so fundamentally stupid and shallow and doesn't really matter in the grand scheme of things. That it's ironic that they are telling you, no, it's the grandest scheme. It's the next 20 years. It's like, well, it isn't. It's the opposite of the grandest scheme. I mean,
it's a good wins and losses matter thing. Seth wants to win. He doesn't like. I think that's like.
I like the way later on he was like proper consumed by it. He's like, I'll do anything.
Yeah, I love seeing Seth for a third time on the show. I didn't know. I don't think it's crap. I think it's a phony faker. I think he's Office favourite. Constantly elevated to these positions where he just bores me senseless with everything that he does.
Work rate, mates.
Good little trios wrestler. He should be on Collision. He's a good little trios wrestler in the Shield. He should therefore be on Collision for me.
It was 2018 Survivor Series, by the way, that Raw pitched a shot out.
Oh.
I mean, SmackDown won the pre-show. But, apart from that, the matches that actually mattered. Team Raw beat Team SmackDown in the women's 5-on-5 match. Seth beat Shinsuke, IC champion versus US champion.
Shinsuke wore blue gear for the first time. He looked awesome.
I forgot AOP.
2018, we talked about it just yesterday.
Yes.
AOP beat the Bar, and of course, Big Show.
Right.
And then Team Raw beat Team SmackDown, because Team SmackDown had The Miz, Shane McMahon, Rey Mysterio, Samoa Joe, and Jeff Hardy. And Brock beat Daniel Bryan.
And then, that last hour of that pay-per-view is one of my favourite hours of wrestling history.
Ronda Charlotte, I should mention.
Absolutely love it.
Shane McMahon loves putting himself on Team SmackDown.
It's so violent that last hour. It's like something overtakes the Fed. It's great.
Speaking of red versus blue, IYO SKY is still covered in blue mist, and Ripley goes to see her, and Sky says, you're right about Asuka. She's spoken to Postman Pierce, and they've got a tag match against Asuka and Kairi Sane at Crown Jewel. Ripley's like, can I trust you? Sky said, you can. Kairi Sane's lost, but I can't go back to them. The match is set for Crown Jewel. Huge match.
It is a huge match. I'm surprised they had this.
What match I drifted off?
Rhea and Rhea and IYO versus the Kabiki Warriors. I'm surprised they could even have this conversation. And she's sleeping. Blue mist.
Yeah, exactly.
Should have put her to sleep. But yeah, she's obviously come around. Better now.
Got better.
Yeah. The picture bit, like, that was a bit of a piss take in it when they tried to use pictures for these characters that
Could
you
be
see
any
on
more
100 cameras every week. But
this saccharine crap. It's bad enough as it is without this picture.
See, I think it shows a dedication to it all, because in this modern world, physically carrying around pictures, like, you probably have to go to like Tesco, get the thing, upload your phone thing, print picture. Like, that's a lot of effort that Kairi's gone to.
That's true, actually. She could have just shown her a phone and been like, well, big deal.
Airdrop it or whatever.
You're right, actually, yeah. Nobody prints pictures. And Kairi did that. She did that. Never thought about it like that.
Brain's gone wrong. You just don't know how to talk without being insincere these days.
Very sincere. It takes a lot of effort to print a picture to carry around. Go to that effort to bring it with her to the show. Presumably there's not one in the arena. Maybe there is. I'll look that up in a minute.
Brain's broken.
I'll look that up.
Hey, you say my brain's broken. I've done some investigative journalism work for this next match.
TJ?
Yeah.
It's back.
Yeah. So it was Los Americanos versus AJ Styles and Dragon Lee. Pre-match, there was a promo from Dragon Lee. He's the number one contender for the AAA Mega Championship. People hope he doesn't beat Dominik Mysterio. Dominik.
I don't know. Who's Dominik Mysterio? I know Dominik Mysterio is. Don't know who Dominik is, though.
AJ Styles cuts a promo saying,
wee dirty drum.
Thanks to you guys, I've got a match at Crown Jewel against John Cena. He wants to take a moment to say thank you. I get to do something that I love. Beat up John Cena. But tonight we're going to kick Los Americanos ass.
Tell you what.
And you all thought Triple H was just, I don't know what he's doing. The listening company's back, ladies and gentlemen.
Well, yeah, Dragon Lee, this worker that excites a certain segment of the audience, is now the heel against Dominik Mysterio. Good. Not for the first time. And it's not anyone's fault, really. But we've talked a lot about this new WWE audience. It's one of the hardest things you can do, and they deserve credit for it, in my opinion. Get some brand new people and some that just have. It's not like when we were kids, where you would get the videos because there was a limited amount of them, and it was sort of easy to be able to piece things back. You weren't going to see every TV show, but through the pay-per-views, you could piece together how so-and-so went from this to this to this, and how they moved up the gears and became an IC champion, world champion, whatever. People aren't doing this. There's too much. You can't go on Netflix and just go let's try it. I'm going to get into WWE. Episode 1. WrestleMania 1 on Netflix.
Yeah.
Let's see how this all goes. Yeah.
This crap ain't no good.
Oh, good. Just the 41 seasons of 52 episodes. I'll be caught up in no time. It doesn't happen. You watch it and it's I like this. I guess I'll watch next week as well. There was no nostalgia or care there was no sing-along with beat up John Cena. There's a bunch of people that were not watching in 2016. They probably believe what Seth Rollins said.
Why are they doing
crap?
Why therefore are they doing member berry stuff for John Cena now?
I think it's because...
Hang on. Isn't Triple H on record saying that he doesn't book for, and Nick Khan for that matter, they don't book for internet people?
Yeah.
And they're meaningless.
Cena put the Stars Clash in that match with a kind of nod of, well, not getting the match, so it's a Stars Clash. Wasn't on the docket.
That's what you thought, and then turns out you're both bloody stupid and wrong.
Fooled again.
You were like, oh, they've only done this because the fans are saying it, and then you find out the report from the weekend where it's like, no, they've planned this for ages. So
it's just...
Sorry, guys. Nice try.
So their plan is for AJ Styles to go out on Raw and say that no one knows how to promote my career effectively, and I'm going to express my frustration with that. So their big master plan was to make themselves look inept.
Just working the marks. Got you again. AJ Styles and Dragon Lee versus Los Americanos. Los Americanos have got new names, or have got names.
I thought they were just multiple Grande Americanos.
Yeah.
We thought that, but we were wrong.
You got El Grande Americano, Rio, and Bravo. And I was looking at Bravo, man, and I was like, he's got a very similar body type to Tyler Bate. I can't get any more information on that right now, but
He's
it's worth
wearing
looking into.
Did you see his attire?
Like sort of weird thing on. Yeah, you're gonna keep working that beat.
Yeah.
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 Not the other one, not too sure.
No.
Tough.
You're the OTJ. You're not prepared to give the game away yet. You've got to do some
It's
more.
my reputation.
Exactly.
But I've got a feeling that, I don't know, again, El Grande Americano is a mystery, but I think it's Bravo, might be Tyler Bate. And that's, the alarm going off in my head of like, right again, Wilbourn.
The I'm right again alarm. You'd have to be some narcissist to set an alarm up for that. Just set my alarm up just to remind myself of when I'm brilliant.
Anyway, Los Americanos trip Lee up and split his legs on the ring. But as we go to a break, when we come back, Bravo sets up for a runner off the top. Lee blocks, double stomp, sort of. Hot tag to AJ Styles. He hits running elbow strikes to both Americanos. Oh, right again. Styles sets up for the forearm. Grande Americano chucks him into the ring. But Lee comes in. Bravo hits some kicks to Lee. Styles with a Pele to Bravo. A dive onto El Grande Americano. Hits a phenomenal forearm. And then Lee vaults Bravo into Styles Clash position. Dives to the outside. And Styles hits the Styles Clash for the 1-2-3.
I think there's something quite sad about AJ Styles and Dragon Lee. And I don't know if it's like an AEW thing where it's like, but these wrestlers are great. Come on, guys. Tune in. Go on. And then you don't. And it's just like, yeah, people are kind of sick of this. And it's WWE making the same mistake. Like they're both too good to feel too boring and entertain too few people in the buildings. Like you're watching the work, you're like, that's like AJ Styles, elements of his stuff, like timeless, genuinely. Dragon Lee doing it right now, doing so much of the stuff in the style that like others have like only been able to take to a certain level that he can take far beyond that. And it's like, does anybody give a toss about any of it? Not me. Like it's just against two wrestlers who, again, I can't quite figure them out, but I'm the same. I was getting the same flashbacks remind me. So I'll just say they remind me of Tyler Bate and Pete Dunne. That at one point,
Oh, Pete Dunne.
yeah,
That's worth considering. I'll write that down. Hang on.
that at one point,
A lead. Lead in the case.
that like at one point were seen as this like again these like futuristic wrestlers that were going to like usher in the next style with a smattering of the old, and they are. It's that they're now pretending luchadors. Like if anything, it was like quite sort of weird to see them doing lucha stuff. I was like, yeah, fair enough. That instead of your bang bop, like and your finger breaking nonsense. I've watched you do this tit about and master of it. Why not? Like it was just the whole aura and vibe was a bit off for me, a bit sad.
In 2019, in a foolhardy and now abandoned attempt to make people realize that WWE is quite bad, figure it out by yourself. I don't give a toss. I would say, imagine these wrestlers having this match in literally any other company. Like, imagine it. It's better every time. Same applies here. Like, this is just so boring. And like, if you are wrestling minded, and I do get the fatigue of like in-ring action as much as anyone, but just to try and illustrate, WWE is a bit crap. You put these wrestlers in different roles in a different company with a different philosophy, it's better. WWE is great at what it does. Right? They shouldn't be hiring Tyler Bates and Dragon Lee. They just shouldn't. They don't want them. They don't know how to get them over. The audience doesn't care. But grim, I'm with you. I was just a bit sad watching this.
We follow that with a backstage interview with Stephanie Vaquer. She's excited about Crown Jewel and facing Tiffany Stratton. She respects Tiff, but she's going to learn why La Primera is unstoppable, and she'll become the Crown Jewel champion. In comes Tiffany, though. She says, I respect it, Stephanie. I've taken out legends and the best the women's division had to offer this entire year. I've been WWE Women's Champion for 268 days. I'm going to let someone who's been on top for 2 weeks change my story. We're both taking long flights to Australia, but one thing remains the same. Oh, it's been Tiff time. Stephanie says that Tiffany's time will be over, and Tiffany says, La Primera, you're going to have to get used to second place.
I mean, Performance Centre derby for you, isn't it? You must be.
Oh my God! Well done, Ava, yet again. Brilliant work.
Two of her prospects come good. Brilliant work, Ava.
I'm rooting for Seth. Another one that we've we've built up.
All right, yeah, for NXT, yeah, sorry. Rather than Cody.
Mm-hmm.
That want away.
You could script this with AI.
Yeah.
Everything, almost everything. It's just so patterned. You think this, but what about have you considered my catchphrase in this equation? So you think this, and this, and this is the case you presented to me, but have you considered my catchphrase? It's Tiffy time. That means I'm going to win.
It's a different time zone, though. Don't you realise that, Australia?
Mouth.
Hang on. I've knocked your laptop.
Don't touch that.
Is it Raw in Australia as well, or is it just Crown Jewel? Because that time difference.
Wait a second.
Oh, my God, mate. 20,000 wankers singing Boney M again. Can't f***ing wait.
Boney M? You think that's a song? This is a song. No, like...
And it's a Seven Nation Army.
I'm just thinking about like how it would be an even better time than usual than 1 a.m. to watch Monday Night Raw.
Yeah.
I love it when it's on... Like, I don't know the time difference in Australia. Like, with it being in Europe and stuff, you're like, oh, cool.
Well, all right, we'll all settle down at, like, say, 8, 9 o'clock. What's 8 p.m. UK in Australia time?
It's not just 8 a.m.
Is that a 12-hour thing, is it?
I don't know how it works. I don't know.
Hang on.
October 13th. That's the Raw after, yes?
Yeah.
5 a.m. Pacific, 8 a.m. Eastern for Raw. It says on Netflix.
I can't do the math. If there was 12 hours different, all I'm thinking is there's 12 hours
Is it during work?
Well, no, I'm thinking it might be on in the morning.
Oh
my God.
How have we taken the... Just figure it out.
You need to get the Australian start
Google
time.
it.
Are we on BST still, yeah?
Yeah.
I'm going to do it myself.
1 o'clock. Is that right?
I don't know. You've got the Google.
So is that 1 o'clock on Monday?
What, Monday afternoon? No, that can't be.
Wait a second.
I need to know what time it starts in Australia. That's where we work.
It's 1 o'clock Monday afternoon.
Right, okay. So, no, but then that would mean it would just start at 1 a.m.
Oh, my God, guys.
So it just rolls on at the exact normal time, but they're telling the Australians, right, get to the building at 1 o'clock in the afternoons. Like,
no, it's 5 a.m. Pacific in America. I don't know, man. What we got?
Here, Google what the start time is for that Raw.
5 a.m. Pacific. Right, okay.
I need a piss at this point, boys.
I feel like this should be easier, Wilbs. I'm sorry, mate. I normally back
If it's 5 a.m. Pacific time, it's 1 p.m. in London.
Oh, if someone said that, I feel like that's already been mentioned. Two thick twats didn't pick up on it.
Wait, but there's 12. It's 12 hours difference, so it's 1 p.m. It's 1 p.m. in London.
But
It's 1 p.m. here, 5 a.m. in America,
So
and
they
whatever
can't-
time it is in...
But are they making the Australia go on their timetable, basically? I don't know.
I don't know.
No, 7:30 p.m.
The fact you call yourself a journalist and you can't work out the time.
So it's just not going to be live.
I never said I was an expert on that.
I took that as an
Well,
excuse
it's
to
not
catch
Tiffy
up
time.
on some correspondence.
October... Look, there you go. October 13th, 7:30 p.m.
Local time.
Well, I assume so.
So yes, what we're saying is 7:30 in Australia is... It's not 7:30 a.m. UK time then, so it's not 12 hours difference.
Australia
To UK
time.
Yeah, that's all we need to know. That's all we ever need to know.
Canberra, is that anywhere?
It's Australia.
That's Australia, buddy.
Couple of it.
Right. Perth to UK.
That's fair, but it's a big country. Might be a different time zone, I don't know.
Where's Raw?
Yeah, it's like... Perth is 7 hours ahead of us.
Right, so not 12 hours. That's right, so...
So
okay.
lunchtime on Monday.
Brilliant.
We're going to have to do it live. We'll do it live.
Live. That's... oh, yes. That could be what we do on Monday afternoon. We can just watch Raw.
What about the collision review, though?
Yes! I love it when the jokes trickle down at AEW's expense. I love it. It's the best. Cat. Kick the cat. The cat is AEW. Not milk AEW.
You gotta laugh. You gotta laugh.
Where are we?
Oh, God,
main event
oh,
time.
thank Christ.
Before the vision come out. Paul's like, you all right, Seth? And he says, I need to beat Cody.
Oh, God.
And Heyman's like, don't worry, you'll do it. And Rollins like, no, I have to beat him. I proper have to beat him. He's looking at his watch.
Proper have to be him. I proper have to.
Take Becky Lynch out of the equation. Bam, not a factor.
And then it was time for the Tornado Tag Team match. The Usos versus the two Bronnies. The Usos dived onto them with the entrance. And obviously Tornado Tags, they're just fighting around all over the place. Two Bronnies take over. There's Jay breaking up a dive onto the announcer's table, but Reed sends Jay into the steps. It looks like they're going to hit the jagged edge on Jimmy. I think a super kick breaks that up. So Breaker just hits a huge jumping clothesline to send Jimmy Uso through the table to take us to a break. When we come back, Jimmy's still down. Jay's getting double teamed inside. Bronson hits an elbow drop as a world's strongest slam on Jay as well from Bronson Reed. Big clothesline from Bron Breaker. There's the electric chair bulldog as a double team. Bronson goes up for a tsunami, but Jimmy gets back up, goes after them. There's a pop-up Samoan drop on Bron, but Bronson grabs Jimmy and hits the jagged edge. Bron spears Jay, and they set up the Usos for a tsunami onto both of them. When Roman Reigns' music hits, he comes out, huge, of course, with a chair. He dumps Bron out the ring, repeatedly goes after Bronson Reed, obviously with the chair, sends him over the barricade. Breaker tries to attack, but Reigns hits him with a chair, sends him into the ring. And the match is still going on, of course. Jimmy super kicks him. Jay hits a spear. They hit double Uso splashes and get the 1, 2, 3. Post-match, Reigns attacks Breaker again, beats him up, smashes him with a chair. He spills out the ring. And there's a moment, we've talked about a lot already, with Reigns and Jay shaking hands. And Reigns gives a bit of a pep talk to Jay, saying that this is his show. Take everything. Jimmy isn't sure about all this. But Roman Reigns is back.
I've waffled enough about the Roman thing, so let Sidge have that on the match, just at like miles and miles and miles better than WrestlePalooza. And that doesn't say much. Before Roman came out, and I will give them this. I think it did I enjoyed it, and the atmosphere was great in the building. It felt like a main event again, where this storyline hasn't over the past few weeks. They've gotten something right here, and maybe they've got something else as well, because the two Bronnies probably would have had them, and they've put them over. They've they lost here. You know, they've 50-50 booked it technically. However, Roman's the difference maker. The two Bronnies have got the measure of the Usos. They're better than the more dangerous, and they're younger, and they're hungrier, and all that kind of stuff. And that's what we've learned from one half-decent TV match and one complete PLE disaster. But we've got where we need to go with the two Bronnies and the Usos as far as like a mini program goes, I think.
Roman continues to feel like not a huge deal when he makes these returns. Sorry, Wilbourn, I know he's your boy.
I proper marked out this.
I know,
happened, yeah.
But he doesn't feel as big as he did, and that's just my feeling. And we're all allowed our opinion. So. I don't know. I will say it's God. Who cares? I could care less about the mental state and the moral compass of one Jey Uso, the Yeet Man. It's like watching Bushwhacker Butch do Oscar bait. Watching him try to act, it's like, you found your little niche. It is inexplicably over. People like it when you say yeet. What are we doing with Jey Uso? Are we teasing the heel turn, obviously. Teasing the match with Jimmy. Is Roman whatever. What's Roman's deal in this?
There's a new dimension to it, because Roman is kind of like, he's basically, Jey Uso's success is proof of concept for Roman as a tribal chief.
Yes.
My teachings and methods sometimes piss everybody off, but they worked. Look at you.
So
and it's almost like a little bit of I don't want to neg into his face, but don't be like Big Jim, he sucks. I like him hanging around, and he does help me sometimes with the run-ins and that, but he's useless.
Yeah, he's hopeless.
I made somebody good with you to stay good. Like believe in yourself, all that kind of thing, but believe in yourself with an urge. It's
become me.
Shades of grey. Yeah, shades of grey with it.
Become me.
And Wilbourn made the point, because I thought they were going to lead to, say, Roman versus Bronson one more time, because they're not going to do Roman Bron Breaker, I wouldn't assume. But then you made the point, and I think you're probably right, that it's the two Bronnies versus Roman and Jay at Crown Jewel, and it's just another way to keep Jimmy pushed out.
Not another one. We did it.
No, we've done things close to it.
We did it at SummerSlam.
No, what was that at SummerSlam? What did we have at SummerSlam? Roman and Jay. Oh, yeah, it was the opener on night one, wasn't it?
Yes.
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, I stand corrected. Yeah, don't do that again. And it was, to your point about Roman, yeah, I completely forgot about that. Jesus Christ. It's this thing of Roman just not being of this earth, not being of this universe, to use WWE's own words against him. It's like he just about sometimes, isn't he?
Yeah, just about sometimes.
He's not.
The idea of
fit. He's massively over as a babyface, but he does not fit.
The idea of Jey Uso being menacing and becoming the tribal chief. I mean, I can't. It's actually going to be hilarious. Actually, I welcome it. Welcome the development.
Well, let us know your thoughts on Raw in the comment section or on X at WhatCulture WWE, where actually they can follow all four of us. You can follow Michael Hamflett at
I'm angry I forgot that SummerSlam match. Michael Hamflett.
follow Michael Sidgwick at.
Maybe I should give you a really difficult, fiendishly difficult quiz on WWE in the year 2025, Mr. Fed Brain Encyclopedia.
That's a long Twitter.
That's follow that.
Yeah, at Mr. Right.
You can follow our brilliant producer Adam Nicholas at
M Sidgwick.
and you can follow me at Adam Wilbourn. Follow us all at WhatCulture WWE. As I said, make sure you subscribe to WhatCulture Wrestling wherever you get your podcast from for daily wrestling podcast, the NXT preview coming your way later on today. But for now, this has been the Raw review. My thanks to Hamflett Sidgwick. Thank you for joining us, and we will see you soon.